Hello guys, this is Elias with Softly, and in today's video we are going to import WooCommerce customers into this WordPress site with WPL import. Now to get started we need to upload our file, so we have several options for that. We could use an existing file from a previous import. We could download a file directly from an URL or FTP, or we could upload a file from our computer, which is what we're going to do. Now, this is the file we have today. So in this file, we have first and last names, username, email, password, billing address, city, state, zip, and phone. Now we have the same data for shipping too. So it's a very simple import, and all of these are fake customers. So let's just upload our file. And now we need to decide whether we want to create new users or update existing ones. And into this video, we don't have any customers in this site. Let me show you real quick. All right, so here under users, it's only me with the Softly account. And under customers, we don't have any to show up here. Now, this is very important, guys. When we're finished with our import, our customers are not going to show up here because they don't have any orders assigned to them. If after this video you want to know how to import orders to WooCommerce, we have other videos for that, so be sure to check those out. But for now, let's just move on importing these customers. And for that, we need to select WooCommerce Customers from this pull down. So we're going to create new WooCommerce Customers for each record in this data file. Let's continue to step 2. And here in step 2, it's just a review step where we need to double check that our import file is looking good. We have 1,000 rows, and this is right. This is the number we have, and all of these are the columns right here, and they look good. This is the first row, and if you click on this little arrow, you will see the second row, and so on and so forth. Right now, guys, say you don't want to import all of these 1,000 customers, right? Maybe you only want to import some of them. You can decide which one of them you want to import. So to give you an example, let's say that you only want to import the customers that are from the state of New York, right? So if that's the case, just locate the column you wanna filter your customers by. And so in my case, it's gonna be billing state, right? So I'm gonna say equals, and here I'm gonna type in New York, right? So I'm gonna add this rule and apply the filter. Now, once I do that, you will notice that we no longer have 1,000 records. Now we have 43, right? So these 43 customers are the only ones we're going to import. So let's continue to step 3. And here we just need to drag and drop the elements from this right panel into whatever fields we want those elements to go. So for instance, we have here this first name. So I'm going to click on it and drag it all the way down to the first name field. I'm going to do the same with the last name, username, email, and password. Now, these passwords are coming from another WordPress site, so they are hashed. And since that's the case, we need to enable this option that says this is a hashed password from another WordPress site. Now, let's continue here with the billing and shipping information. We have first and last name, so let's just drag and drop those. Right, company, it's going to be blank. Billing address, it's going to be here. Billing address 2, it's going to be blank too. Now city, and then postcode. Country, we don't have any country information here, so we're just going to type that in, US. Then state, it's right here. Email again, and phone. Now, this is the billing information. So if the shipping information were to be the same, well, we just leave it like this. But since we have the billing information right here in our import file, I'm going to enable this option and fill this out all over again, right? So company is going to be blank. Shipping address is here, which, as you can see, is different. Then shipping city. Okay. Then state, now the zip code, all right, and again, country, we don't have any here in our file, so I'm just gonna type in US, all right. Now here for the other customer info, we have the role, and guys, you can assign multiple roles if you separate those with a pipe, right? This is if you have some complex site where some of your users and customers and whatever have multiple roles, you can just separate those with a pipe and you should be good. Now, here we have nickname, display name, description, and all of these other fields that we don't really have, but I don't know, I'm gonna say here, hi, my name is first, and last name, and I'm from, let's put the city, let's leave it like this, and let's continue. Now here for custom fields, if you have a theme or plugin that adds custom fields to your customers, well, you will auto-detect them here, but you can also manually add them right here and just drag and drop the value you want in this box, right? Now we're not going to do that in this example, and we're not going to use the function editor too, because this is for when you maybe need to do some complex stuff that WP import doesn't have built in as a functionality, right? So maybe the file you have has all of the countries in full letters, right? So you need the 2-letter format for it to be readable by WooCommerce. So you can write a PHP function that maps all of the countries. So if, for instance, if in your file it says United States, it will translate that to US, right? And so on and so forth with the rest of the countries. So that's one example of what you can do with the function editor, but there is really no limit. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff with the function editor if you know a little bit of PHP. Now, like I said, we're not going to do it in this example, so I'm going to close this up. And since we have all of the data we wanted to import here in our import template, I'm just going to continue to step 4. Now here on step 4, guys, the first thing we need to take care of is the unique identifier. Now, the unique identifier is what WP import uses to tell one record apart from the other, and this way WP import knows when to create a new record and when to update one of the records from this file, right? So if you click on auto detect, WP import will scan this file and find the right unique identifier for you, but you can also add more complexity to this because, I don't know, I mean, in this case, it's impossible that there are 2 users with the same username because, well, WordPress won't allow it, right? But if you're dragging this from another system that maybe will allow this to happen, well, you may want to drag and drop the email too, because there is really no way that they are 2 of the same emails, right? So that's basically how the unique identifier works. Like I said before, for the most cases, you should be good here with the auto detect button, but you can also drag and drop whatever value you think it's going to be very unique for all of these records, right? Now, these other settings are mostly for when you need to rerun this import. So you give here some instructions to WP import about what it should do. So for instance, if you wanted to rerun this import, right? But you deleted some customers from your site because, I don't know, they're no longer customers or whatever, and they asked for their data to be removed from your site, right? So they are no longer here, but you want to update all of the existing customers with whatever data here, right? So you could disable this option, and WP import won't create new customers from the records in this file, right? So that's pretty cool. And alternatively, if you, I don't know, somehow modified some of the records in some of the customers in your site, and you want to bring them, all of them, the way they were in your file, you can use this option to skip the customers if their data hasn't changed regarding this file, right? So that's pretty useful too. And you can get very specific about which fields you want to import and which ones not. I don't know, like the passwords, right? You disable everything and keep the passwords enabled, and that's it. So for this example, I'm gonna just update all of the data, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna leave it as it is by default. Now this option that says block email notifications during import, it's probably a good practice, at least for the first run of this import, because when WordPress creates all of these users, it's gonna start sending some emails about new accounts and whatnot, so it's gonna probably be weird for some users, Now, if this is what you want, just be my guest and disable this. But in most cases, you will probably want to keep this enabled, right? Now, the scheduling options are for when you need to schedule your imports to run automatically every certain time, right? So if maybe you need these users to be updated every single day or once a week or once a month or whatever, this is the way to do it. And you have two options for this, either the automatic scheduling service, which is a paid service, guys, and it will allow you to pretty much set up your schedules right here in the WordPress UI. And if you don't want to subscribe to that, you can always use cron jobs, which are free. They're just a little bit more technical. Now, we have great documentation on this and in how to import customers, how to run PHP functions, taxonomies, products, orders, and everything you can think of in our YouTube channel and in our website at wpimport.com. So if you want to know more about any of those topics, just be sure to check those out. For now, I'm going to click here, continue, and run this import, which is going to be very fast because we don't have that much data here. There you go, right? We have imported our 43 records. Now, if I go here to customers, as I said before, we won't find any customers here because there are no orders on this site. Now, if you want to make these customers appear here, you need to import some orders and assign those orders to them. You will find these users, though, here in the users section. And as you can see, they have the customer role, and we have 44 users now, which means 43 plus me, which means 44, right? Now I'm gonna open this one, and as you can see, we have here all of the data, including the custom field we set up here. Hi, my name is Audrey Gill, and I'm from New York City, right? Pretty cool. Now we also have here the WooCommerce billing and shipping data. So yeah, there you go. It's that easy to import WooCommerce customers into WordPress using a CSV file and WP import. Now guys, again, if you want to know more about how to import or export all kinds of data here in WordPress, including WooCommerce products, orders, ACF fields, Jet Engines fields, Metabox fields, and whatnot, you can always check out the other videos in our channel and check out our website at wpimport.com. For now, thank you for watching and see you next time.